What's up, guys? It's Nathan.
Hi, I'm Nick.
And welcome to Hail. This is year 2 of the Criterion sale for this channel. We're in a bit of a change of scenery this year. Last year I did it in Arizona. This year I'm in Idaho. So this is my friend Nick. He's on YouTube as well. His YouTube channel name is The Film Fan.
Yeah, I do movie reviews, rankings. I do a lot of like new release stuff. I'm also doing, right now I'm doing a Quentin Tarantino series, so definitely that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so if you guys like Quentin Tarantino, or if you like movies, which, I mean, who doesn't? Subscribe to his channel. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. But this is Nick's first time doing the Criterion sale, and I am pumped. I'm so pumped because everyone knows that I'm a professional when it comes to Criterions. Just like we did last year, before we go into the grand Barnes & Noble, we'll each say at least one title that we're going to pick up. So I'll go first. I'm actually going to kind of cheat. I am going to get a title. I don't know which movie yet, but I will get a movie directed by Ernst Lubitsch. Such a weird name. Lubitsch. I'll keep you posted on which one I get.
Yeah, I'm just going to get this movie. I mean, no one's probably ever heard of it, and I think it's got like a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. It's called 11 Angry Men. I'm sorry, 12 Angry Men.
Oh, 12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men. The 11 Angry Men is the prequel.
Don't get that.
I'm getting 12 Angry Men. I do not have it. It's one of my all-time favorite films, so I've seen it a bunch of times, and I know what I'm getting myself into with that, and I'm really looking forward to finally owning that film and being able to watch it.
So whenever someone walks by, I always get scared they're gonna like knock on the window or something.
Be like, what are you doing?
She's just like, hey, are you Criterion shopping too? Anyways, yeah, that's funny because my first Criterion I ever bought was 12 Angry Men. So awesome way to start the collection. I'm looking at buying about 4 today, but we'll see if it changes when I walk in. We're trying to go Criterion shopping, but Nick is determined to find this apple on the road. He wants to eat it.
There was a full-size apple on the ground in the parking lot.
You shouldn't eat apples on the ground, Nick.
But it's good, you know, like whatever. Hey, 5-second rule, right?
You convinced me.
Island.
Why isn't this on the Criterion collection?
I know. Come on, get with the times, people. Let's go.
Okay, where the heck? Oh, here we are. Oh my gosh, we're here. Okay, don't freak out. So, hey Nick, where's 12 Angry Men?
I don't know. I'm freaking out right now.
Just get this one. This movie actually sucks. Don't get it.
Robinson Crusoe. Why is it on Criterion?
There are very few Criterions that I've purchased and then sold. Robinson Crusoe on Mars was one of them.
Why is that on Criterion? I love Breakfast Club.
These are all DVDs, you know.
Some of these are Blu-rays.
Oh, there's some Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Yucky DVDs. We don't touch those. Ugh.
Even like movies that are just on DVD, I literally do not buy them.
No, we don't talk about. We don't associate with DVDs.
Yeah.
Why am I looking at DVDs? Okay, Nick, you have a great time over here. I'm just gonna go and head over to the Blu-rays, the things that we associate with.
Yes.
Did you find it? Oh, on Blu-ray. Good.
The last one.
He found it. Okay, he got his definite. I better make sure my definite is here. This is Nick's favorite movie of all time. My favorite movie of all time is not on Criterion. It's a Wonderful Life, so get with the Criterion. Oh, Jackson's picking this up for any of you who care about what Jackson's Hall is. He picked up On the Waterfront. I know that.
That one actually.
This looks cool. What is this? All right. Well, while I have you guys here, I thought that I would do a quick update from November because I bought some Criterions in November, but I never showed you guys what I got. These aren't my editions because mine are at home, but I bought Akiru, A Matter of Life and Death, and Watership Down. So I have all 3 Ernst Lubitsch movies on Blu-ray Criterion lined up in a row, and so I will be walking out with one of these 3 movies no matter what. I have no idea which one to get though, because they all sound pretty good.
I hate silent films, man. This is stupid.
I have video evidence of you saying that.
I don't care. I hate them.
Alright, so this movie, I've been wanting this movie since the first time I ever went Criterion shopping, which was years ago at this point, probably 5 years ago. And it's one of those movies that I've wanted it for so long that like I just don't even see the point of getting it by now because I didn't want to waste a trip. I feel the same way towards the French Beauty and the Beast film. And Nick pointed out the Beast looks horrifying, and now that he said that, I definitely agree. Oh man, I'm actually kind of tempted. No, don't do it. Well, without going into detail, there's our piles right now. Nick's is right there, mine's right there.
Don't worry, I'm not going to buy that much. I'm not that crazy.
This just shows how hard Criterion sale is. So rough. I have seen a lot of YouTubers picking this one up, War and Peace. Apparently it's like 8 hours long, 422 minutes. So that one's definitely one to consider, but for another day. Hey, it's the guy from Dennis the Menace. You ever seen Dennis the Menace?
Yeah.
Oh no, what have I done? Okay, cool. Ding ding.
I've never had this hard of a time Blu-ray shopping. Like this, part of my spirit is dying.
That's your night to remember?
I think. I'm already calling it right now. This is going to be my night to remember.
You'll always look at it,
Every year I'm gonna
but
look
you'll
at
never
this
buy
one.
it.
It sounds
really good.
But it's like there's other films
That was
I'd
one.
rather get.
So that has Claude Rains, who's also in Casablanca, the one who plays one of the generals, but he's also in The Invisible Man, and he's in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I like that. Oh yeah, there's Claude Rains right there. Hello, Claude.
This movie sounds interesting, but this cover looks terrible. You can see right up her nose.
Nick and I are both super interested in it. Sounds super freaky and like just looks crazy. But what is up with her nose? Like, the cover looks so weird. This is like the epitome of don't judge a book by its cover. I know, I'm guilty. We're guilty. But like, if this had a different cover, I would honestly probably get this today.
Nice.
It's the mall.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
even came in.
It's true, yeah.
McCabe and Mrs. Miller. Why do I keep pulling new ones out?
It's because you just can't stop. Won't stop.
Robert Altman. I was thinking.
All right, so just a little update. I don't think I'm gonna grab any more out. I still need to decide an Ernst Lubitsch film, and then I have 2 definites, but I won't show it to you because that's spoiling it. So now I need to decide which one of these 3 I'm getting, and then which one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one of these 8 I'm getting?
I have a new Criterion.
Oh, that I just got a poster for that movie. It is a bit. Oh, he's doing the pose. If any of you watch my top 10 of 2011, he's doing the pose. You can have that back. Yeah, that's a great.
This is another
Criterion. Yeah, there you go. I'm not gonna tell him. Come on, buy it. Here comes Mr. Jordan. Come on.
Dude, this is.
Overcome the night to remember.
Dude, I can't.
Do what I can't do. I will never buy you.
What is this? Mikey and Nikki? Dude, it has my name in it. I gotta get this. Well,
That's a good point. It has my name in it too.
Don't call me Nikki though. I'm not. Wait a second. That kind of sounds cool.
Not cool enough though. Oh.
I have a problem. I think I'm gonna get like 7.
Dude, that's how many I got last year. So I don't think I've ever told you guys this before, but for some reason, I don't like getting Criterions that were made after the 60s. I don't know why, but I always gravitate towards movies that are made before 1970.
What about Barry Lyndon?
That's probably an exception. 1975. I'd make an exception for that. I guess what I'm saying is I don't like buying blind buys that aren't made before the 70s. Before like 1970. Well, I already got more than I was planning on.
Let me tell you. Number 1, this has one of the coolest covers ever.
That is a really cool cover.
Also sounds amazing.
It is
And
amazing. I don't even know what it's about, but it sounds amazing.
Dude.
Most forgettable movie of 2017, am I right? I got 5, he got 7, and we're still looking for the apple in the parking lot.
I don't know where it is. I swear it was here.
I have no idea where it went. All right, everyone, we just got out of Barnes & Noble, spent 2.5 hours in there.
I spent too much money.
I told myself I was gonna get 4, and of course I got 5.
7.
Nick, you were gonna get 6, right?
Yeah, I was gonna get 5 or 6, and I ended up getting 7. So.
Ended up getting 7. Criterion Collection does that to you.
Criterion.
So I kept my word. I got at least one Ernst Lubitsch title. You'll see which one soon. Just like we did last year on last year's video, we'll just show all our Criterions we got in order of spine number. Nick, what have you got?
I got Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious, spine number 137. Yeah, I don't really know much about it. Trying to get more into Hitchcock. I love Psycho, and this is like a twisted love story, so I'm down
Super
for that.
good. Yeah, it's a good movie. I guess this is already spoiling which Ernst Lubitsch movie I got. This is spine 291, Heaven Can Wait. This movie sounds ridiculous. Apparently it's about some guy who he doesn't want to go to heaven, he's trying to get into hell. The reason I have an interest in Ernst Lubitsch so much is because he directed Shop Around the Corner, and I think that movie was so good, and so I just want to get more into the director. I was trying to decide between To Be or Not to Be, Designed for Living, and this, and I chose this one. So the next one I got was spine number 422, and that is The Last Emperor. This is a movie that is about the life of Emperor Pu Yi. I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones, and this kind of nice to call people names.
This movie sounded a lot like Game of Thrones, and it actually won Best Picture in 1987, so that's pretty insane. It's probably one of the only foreign language films ever to win Best Picture. at the Academy Awards.
That's actually one that I might buy in the future. That's super tempting.
Yeah, it's by Bernardo Bertolucci. So
Bernardo Bertolucci. I tried. We're hopping from like spine 200s to spine 649. Ministry of Fear. So this movie is kind of like A Night to Remember, what I mentioned earlier, where ever since I got into Criterion shopping, I have noticed this movie and it's only $15, so I've always like looked out for it, and it's always been like, yeah, maybe I'll get it. But tonight, you know, I had 4 movies I was gonna get, and I was like, you know what? I can get a 5th one if it's $15. So I got Ministry of Fear. Sounds super good, and it also has Ray Milland, who's in, I believe he's in The Uninvited, which was one of the first Criterions I ever got, and I like him as an actor. And so I'm really excited to check this one out.
Yeah, the next one I got was Spine 483, and that is Roman Polanski's Repulsion.
Ooh, that one looks so
We were talking to Nate's friend Jackson on the phone, and he was saying that this movie like scared him, so I'm really looking forward to watching this. Anything that deals with horror and stuff, I am totally there. And Roman Polanski's one of the greatest horror directors ever, even though he's not a good person in real life. It's like about this lady who's like home by herself, and
already sounds scary.
She kind of goes crazy, and she's like seeing things, and you know, whether they're real or they're not. I mean, it's just, I'm down for this.
There's another movie I've heard of that's like super similar to that. It's called Home Alone. And then the sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, believe it or not.
I can't watch those movies. Those are too scary for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So this next one is spine number 670. It is To Be or Not to Be.
That's just a question.
You guys, yeah, it is. I made you guys think I only got one Ernst Lubitsch film. I was so torn between Heaven Can Wait and To Be or Not to Be that I got both of them. I was looking at a review for this movie, and apparently it's the best mockery of Nazis like ever put to film. That's what one person said. And so yes, please sign me up. And the cover, like, that's such a cool cover also.
Awesome. The next one is Spine 591. It's the one that I wanted, and it's a little film. Like, I was so scared because they didn't have it in the like looking in the columns and stuff in the bookshelf, and I was so scared. And then I looked at like a random place, and they had one copy left, so I was so happy. But that is, of course, 12 Angry Men. What is there to say about this film that hasn't been said already? It's the greatest black and white film in history. It's you take It's a Wonderful Life and you just like times it by 20 and you get this film.
Okay, we're just gonna throw this out the window.
It's not only my favorite black and white film, but it's also my favorite one-room location film. And this movie's all dialogue, and I love that about this film. I mean, it's so good. I just cannot wait to watch this one again.
And for the record, 12 Angry Men is in my top 10 movies of all time, and so I do love the movie, but I have to say It's a Wonderful Life is my favorite black and white film, of course. Flash list, we're each going to tell you our top 3 black and white films. Mine is It's a Wonderful Life, 12 Angry Men, and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Nick, what are yours?
12 Angry Men, Psycho, and The Night of the Living Dead.
All right, so this is spine number 727. This was a movie that I had intentions of buying it tonight, and I saw it there, and I just like put it in my pile right away because I was like, I have to get it. It is The Innocents. So this was actually a film I considered buying last year when I was with Jackson, but I didn't end up getting it. But the first line of it says, "This genuinely frightening, exquisitely made supernatural gothic."
Ooh, supernatural gothic?
It just like, it sounds amazing. And I looked at some IMDb reviews for it as well. I don't judge movies only off the reviews, but it definitely does help me like buy a movie. And so I looked at some of the reviews, just all of them had great things to say about this movie. It just sounds like a great horror film that's black and white, which I love. And so if it's anything like other like black and white horror movies I've seen, then I am in for a treat for this
And
one.
this lady looks like she's having some type of weird like spiritual experience.
She probably is.
She's praying.
Couldn't tell ya.
Is she innocent?
Yeah. Find out next week on Disney Channel.
No. No way.
What? Oh, is it?
This is spine number 666.
They purposely did that.
666.
They purposely did that.
I wasn't planning on getting this film. I actually had a different film picked out, Actually, the one that I had picked out was Night of the Living Dead, which I will get at some point. I saw this, and it sounded amazing. And actually, Nate was the one who pulled it out and pointed out to me.
Yeah, you can blame me for doing this.
So it is called The Devil's Backbone. It's a Guillermo del Toro film. 666.
They totally purposely did that.
This
That's
movie,
so clever.
So just the back, it says, Devil's Backbone is also among his most frightening and emotionally layered film. Set during the final week of the Spanish Civil War, it tells the tale of a 12-year-old boy who, after his freedom-fighting father is killed, is sent to a haunted rural orphanage full of terrible secrets. I love films like this. I love like
so great.
haunted orphanages and things like that. If you get some haunted, creepy kids, I'm totally down. It also says this at the end, reminds us the scariest monsters are often the human ones. I love that. So I'm really looking forward to watching this one. This is going to be awesome. The next one I got was a recommendation from Nate. This is number 700 exactly, and that is Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yes.
Never watched it. It's got George Clooney in it, and if I swear if they don't make one reference to bat nipples in this movie, I'm gonna sell this.
Well, that's awkward. Don't get too attached. It's gone. No, but that movie is so cussing quotable.
Cussing quotable.
In like a minute, I just quoted that movie twice. Okay, I'll share my last one now. This was one that I was hoping that they would have because I was planning on getting it, and they had it. I'm gonna probably butcher the title, but this is spine number 960. Didn't realize how new this was to the collection, but it's La Verite. La Verite.
La Verite.
Exactly. Good thing I have Nick here
to help me
pronounce the... No, it's a French film.
Oh.
La Verite is directed by H.G. Clouseau, which if you guys watch my last Criterion video, I speak very highly of. He directed Wages of Fear. I've seen that since the last Criterion haul, and that is top 25 movies, so freaking good. And he also directed Diabolique, which I have a video essay on this channel if you guys are interested in watching that. Basically, he's an amazing director of French cinema. It actually sounds very similar to Dial M for Murder, which is another Hitchcock film that I really enjoy. So if any of you guys have seen this movie, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. My last one for this video is number 897, one of the newest ones. This film, no one's ever heard of it. I mean, it's the director never did anything like prestigious in his life, never went on to direct anything else after this. Barry Lyndon, by a guy named Stanley Kubrick, it says, as you can see right there, because the sticker, Stanley Kubrick. Oh, is the sticker blocking? Oh yeah, it is Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick,
Let's see
everyone. This is not Stanley Kubrick, okay? Like, this is Stanley Kubrick.
This is the great value Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah. This movie, I mean, it's 3 hours long. So that's going to be, this is going to be a movie that's going to take me probably 7 days to finish because it's 3 hours. This director never did anything great. So, I mean, after this.
That's like his one-hit wonder. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh, let's create a thumbnail picture right now. All right, there's your thumbnail for you. You better be grateful, you spoiled brats. We're going to go home and watch all 5 and all 7, all 13, all 12 of our movies. I can do math.
All of them, every single one.
Every single, starting with Barry Lyndon, 3 hours of it.
Starting
I'm actually going to go return my movies and get War and Peace, which is an 8-hour movie.
Let's do it.
Thanks for watching, and get the hail out.